All right, today we're going to break down a really powerful mental model from, one of the most successful investors on the planet. It's a strategy that's all about eliminating distractions so you can get laser focused on what really counts. It's called the 5-25 rule.
So let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar? You are busy all day long. I mean, your calendar is packed, your to-do list is a mile long, you're checking things off, but then at the end of the week, you kind of look back and think, what did I actually accomplish? You realize you haven't really moved the needle on your biggest, most important goals. If that hits home, stick around. You're in the right place.
So this whole story kicks off with a guy named Mike Flint. And for over a decade, Mike had a pretty cool job. He was the personal pilot for Warren Buffett. But here's the thing. Even with this incredible job, he just felt, he felt stuck, like his career had hit a wall.
So one day, he works up the courage to ask his boss, one of the most successful people in the world, for some career advice. I mean, who better to ask, right? But Buffett's response wasn't some long, boring lecture. Instead, he gave him a simple challenge.
Yeah, instead of just telling him what to do, Buffett gave him an exercise, a really simple 3-step process that was designed to bring crystal clear clarity to what he wanted in life.
So here's what Buffett told him to do. Step 1, just sit down and write out the top 25 things you want to accomplish in your career. Everything. Step 2, take a good hard look at that list. And then, step 3, circle the 5 that are the most important to you. I mean, your absolute must-have non-negotiables.
Flint got to work, and pretty quickly, he circled his top 5 goals. Simple enough, right? So now he's looking at 2 lists. He's got his top 5, the really important stuff, and then he's got the other 20 goals. Still good goals, things he wanted to do, but they just didn't make that top tier cut.
And that's when Buffett asked him about that second list, those 20 things he hadn't circled. So what's the plan for those? Flint's answer was probably what most of us would say. Well, those are my second-tier priorities. I'll work on them when I have some spare time, in between focusing on my top 5. And that's when Buffett dropped the bombshell.
And here it is. This is where the whole strategy takes this radical, completely counterintuitive turn. This is the big twist.
Buffett stopped him right there. He told him, Mike, you've got it all wrong. Those aren't your second priority goals. Their purpose is something completely different.
Buffett looked at him and said, no. Everything you didn't circle just became your avoid-at-all-costs list. He said that no matter what, those 20 things get none of your time, none of your attention, until you've completely succeeded with your top 5.
Now you're probably thinking, what? Why would you avoid perfectly good goals? It sounds a little crazy, but Buffett understands this fundamental truth about success. Good is the enemy of great. Think about it this way. Your top 5 goals, that's your true north. They deserve 100% of your focus. That's your path to becoming truly great at something. But that second list, items 6 through 25, those are seductive distractions. They are just interesting enough to pull you off course, split your energy, and they're the very things that will prevent you from ever achieving real success in what matters most.
So, the 5-25 rule isn't just about picking what to do. It's about being absolutely ruthless and deciding what not to do. It's really a masterclass in opportunity cost. Every single hour you spend on goal number 7 is a precious hour you can't spend on your number 1 goal.
And this is why that avoid-at-all-cost list is so dangerous. The goals on it aren't bad ideas, and that's the trap. They are interesting, they're tempting, and they will pull you away from your real priorities. They just eat up your valuable time and energy. And maybe worst of all, they give you this false feeling of progress, when all you're really doing is dabbling.
Okay, so that's the story and that's the theory behind it. Now, the important part. How can you actually apply this rule to your own life? Let's figure out how to find your top 5.
The big takeaway here is really simple, but it's also incredibly profound. Real success, real mastery, it doesn't come from piling more onto your plate. It comes from strategic elimination. It's about doing less, but doing it with an obsessive, singular focus. So here's the challenge for you. Seriously, try this. First, take some real time and just brainstorm those 25 goals. Don't censor yourself, just get it all down on paper. Next, when you circle your top 5, you have to be brutally honest. Which 5 of these, if you actually achieve them, would make everything else feel insignificant? Okay, now for the hardest part. Look at those other 20 goals. Don't see them as a maybe later list. You have to see them for what they are, threats to your focus. And the final step, active avoidance.
That means saying no to things, even cool opportunities, if they align with those 20 goals. It means consciously pulling your energy back to your top 5 every single day.
And that leaves us with one last really powerful question that kind of reframes everything. It's not about what you're willing to do. The real question is, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to ignore and actively say no to in order to create the space needed for greatness? What's going to be on your avoid at all cost list?